Hey guys, welcome back to the DC show.
In this video, we'll be discussing some current and upcoming projects.
Are Drax and Ron Weasley coming to kill Kristoff?
Stick around. The first show we're going to talk about is season 2 of Prime Video's The Legend of Vox Machina.
Yeah, so I know I'm a little bit bigger D&D fan than you, although I am hoping to get you into it really soon.
Yeah, you're absolutely 100% a bigger D&D fan than I have. I've never played before.
Yep.
But maybe I'm going to play soon.
Yeah.
Created a character.
That is the plan. Doug does have a character. You wanted to share your character's name?
Chungus Supreme.
Chungus Supreme. You are
a picture of my Chungus guy.
A pirate tabaxi rogue.
Yeah, I created his picture with some AI art on Mid-Journey.
Yeah,
Mid-Journey.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so if you're unfamiliar with the Legend of Vox Machina, it's based on the I guess streaming YouTube show Critical Role, and it's taking their stories and characters from their actual D&D games, turning it into an animated series, and it's not quite as adult as maybe something like Invincible, which we'll talk about later, but it is definitely more of an adult show. It's not really for kids. It's pretty good, man. I'm really enjoying it. Finished the first season so far. I think there's 6 episodes, I believe, of season 2. They're releasing 3 per week so far. It's been out for 2 weeks.
Nice.
Got the next 3 probably coming this upcoming Friday, I believe, and I'm pretty excited about it. I think regardless of you playing D&D, you should probably watch it. I think you'd enjoy the series. There's some pretty funny moments and some pretty cool characters. So
I'll have to at least check out some of the first season and see if I'm into it or not.
Yep. I mean, I don't think you have to be a D&D fan to enjoy it. Again, if you're unfamiliar with Critical Role, it's pretty cool. It's a group of voice actors that are playing D&D, and they film their sessions, and they do more role playing than the groups I've been in currently recently, because they're voice actors. So they actually get into character and they say things with accents and speak the way their character would speak. So it's pretty fun.
Nice.
And they literally take things that happen in their campaigns as they've been playing over the years, and they implement them into, it's a continuing story. But things that happen during that story are like bits and things that came from the campaigns they played. So
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And they also have the new D&D movie coming out with Chris Pine.
That's true.
Are you excited about that? Anything you want to talk about for that movie?
I mean, I am excited for it.
More cheesy looking? I don't know. To me, it looks cheesy.
It does look cheesy. And that's unfortunately been kind of the whole story with these indie D&D projects they've done. There's even a recent game that came out that just looked too cheesy for me even to want to play it. But I do like Chris Pine a lot. It's got a pretty good cast. And so I will definitely watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have high hopes. We'll see. I think in this one, they're a little bit self-aware. And so they make fun of themselves, which is good. I think they should. Chris Pine plays a bard, and he seems like he's going to be something of a typical bard. So we'll see how it goes. I will definitely, like I said, I'll check it out. And I'm just not going to go in there with like really high hopes, and hopefully it will, exceed my expectations.
Yeah,
so.
Maybe surprise you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the next show we can talk about now is we got a little bit of an announcement trailer for Invincible season 2.
Yeah, it's been almost 3 years since the first season came out, and that's kind of the joke. It was kind of like a meta joke in the little teaser thing. It was Invincible, and I still don't know. I don't know Seth Rogen's character's name.
Yeah,
I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
He's like something. He's something the alien or something alien. I don't remember his name. Whatever. They're eating at the Burger Mart place that he worked at in season 1, and which that food was like rat meat or something gross like that.
Well, they found rats in the mayonnaise again or something.
Yeah. Pretty disgusting.
That happened, I think, when he quit.
Oh yeah,
he found out about that.
But they're eating there.
The aliens eating there. He's not eating there, which I think is because he knows.
Yeah. And then so they're basically saying, he's like, "What? It's been forever since you've released anything or whatever." And then it kind of gets kind of meta. I'll put some clips up from the show, but I don't know. They say
storyboarding and they'll writing and
showed like behind the scenes of the animators, like takes time to make all these scenes, like thousands of scenes that they're drawing and shading, and it's a lot of work to make an animated series. So he said, "Can we get a release date?" And he's like, late 2023. So still not an official date, but it's coming this year. So it should be
It
exciting.
is nice to know we do have it coming this year. I don't know about you, but I was actually slightly late to the first season.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I did watch it a while ago now at this point, but I didn't watch it when it was first out. I think my oldest son Cameron watched it and was like, "Hey, you should check this out." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it at some point."
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I watched it after you did. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Like on the level, or maybe even probably worse than The Boys. Maybe like I don't know. Maybe it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Uh,
They have the new season of The Boys they're working on now too. So that's something else related that's coming
Yeah.
out soon, sometime this year.
Yeah. But I mean the animation, the characters, I mean, it was just really enjoyable. So I'm definitely really excited for season 2. And I think it is based also on an actual comic book, right?
Yep.
Which I never read.
Me either.
But again, I think like other projects that you don't have this preconceived notion for, that, you know, it leaves it open to enjoy things that maybe deviate from the comics or the book or story or whatever it is, you know. So
Because none of the adaptations are going to be perfect to everyone that watches it. Some people are going to just be like, cool, I love it just because it's fun or whatever. But some people are like really hardcore fans of the comics or whatever. And they're like, no, this is not right.
yeah.
Well, everyone's going to have their opinion. So,
Yep.
and then the next thing that we're going to be seeing together is this Friday. We're going to go watch Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah, we're
M.
gonna go
Night
check out
Shyamalan.
an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I can't remember the last M. Night Shyamalan project I saw, but
Yeah, I know that there's Servants on Apple TV Plus, but I haven't watched it yet. It
yeah,
looks
neither of
good.
us have watched it.
It's got Rupert
It
Grint.
does have
in
Rupert
that,
Grint as well.
and he's in this movie. Along
I
with
do
Dave Bautista.
I do plan on checking out Servant at some point.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's not something that Amber's gonna want to watch with me, so I'll
Yeah,
probably
looks
have to
more
watch
scary,
it.
for sure.
Yeah, so I'll have to watch that one alone. Which right now I'm watching The Last of Us right now, so I don't have a lot of time to watch TV on my own. So, but I'll try to squeeze that in at some point, and maybe Amber will like it. She's a big Harry Potter fan, so she does like Rupert Grint.
So yeah,
Maybe I could convince her that by that angle.
so we're gonna actually watch the movie together this Friday. Knock at the Cabin, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's basically like an apocalyptic type movie where supposedly these people are tasked with getting these people to kill one of their family members.
Sacrifice. Yeah. So
Sacrifice.
these 4 strangers show up to this cabin in the woods where this family is staying. And they have to try to convince them to sacrifice one of the family members to prevent the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And really strange premise. What is really intriguing to me is they're not there like, hey, we're going to kill you. No, like
You
they
have to-
literally tell them, like, if you've seen any of the clips, Dave Bautista, I think, says like, we can't do it for you. You know, you
just
have to choose. You have to do it. And I think there's a line from Rupert Grint where he's like, you know what, they're never going to do it, and I don't blame them, because they're not there like, hey, you need to do this. They're like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah,
and
it must have been told like, hey, this is your mission. This is what you have
Yeah.
to do to save humanity. And they're trying. I mean, they're not necessarily bad people, but they're trying to get them to do some pretty bad stuff. And
Yeah.
kill one of their family
If you've
members.
seen the trailer, they turn on the news and there's like tsunamis and plane crashes. Yeah. So like something's going down, you know.
It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, so you know there's going to be twists and
There will
turns.
be some big twist at the end. And just hope it's not aliens that can't get wet, because that was a bummer.
Yeah.
Although I really did like Signs.
Signs is
The
really
ending
good.
was, but up to that point. So hopefully the twist is like on a Sixth Sense level, you know?
Like they're all dead already.
Yes. I'm hoping that they're already all dead and they're just seeing ghosts and seeing ghost planes crashing and ghost tsunamis.
So yeah, we'll probably do a video afterwards, at least maybe a spoiler free, just our thoughts and opinions afterwards, and try to put that out for you guys too. But if you'd
And if it's intriguing enough and there's a
maybe
good enough
some-
twist, maybe we'll do an open spoiler discussion as well. So
Maybe,
we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
All right. And then one of the next shows that doesn't have an official release date, but we're excited for, is What If Season 2.
Yeah, I kind of thought we would have had this by now. Realistically, it seemed like they were planning on getting on a second season pretty quick. I think they had,
like, announced it like right after Season 1 came out.
and I think they had episodes that were done that they didn't include. So I think they have some content ready to go. I'm sure they do now.
Yeah. But it's supposed to come out sometime between now and summertime, I would imagine.
Yeah, and you and I talked briefly earlier. Like, we think there's like a 2.5 month gap between Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and the Guardians movie. So that's a perfect spot to drop
Something.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether that's
Probably more likely Secret Invasion, but
I'll be honest, I would rather it's Secret Invasion because that actually looks really good, which is the next show we're going to be discussing. Secret
So
Invasion.
at some point, What If season 2, and then Secret Invasion will probably come in before that, which will be exciting. All the scrolls and getting to see like who was a scroll this whole time. If they, I'm sure they're going to talk about some of that.
Yeah. You know, I'm a big Samuel Jackson fan, and we haven't had enough of him lately. We haven't had a lot of Nick Fury. Yeah, Off-World. And so it looks pretty good, like a big kind of like mystery thriller type show, which looks really cool.
Got Emilia Clarke in it from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Although we don't know a lot about her character yet, right?
No.
I think it's presumed that she's a Skrull, maybe.
Probably like one of the leaders.
But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. As far as the comparison, why I'm more excited for that than What If, like,
sure,
if you've seen the first What If series, it is not a happy series. It is a depressing, probably one of the like darkest Marvel or MCU things, and it is.
But it's because it's animated and they can actually like push the limits with certain things that they can't.
For sure. But I mean, it's beyond that. Just the story. I mean, the visual stuff, sure, but I mean, like, what the things that happen to these characters are just not good. And I advise watching it. I think it's a really good series, but it's not a happy series. It's not a kid's show. Don't be fooled by it being animation. But because of that, I'm actually looking forward to, not that Secret Invasion is going to be a happy show either, but I like the kind of mystery and you know, espionage type.
And I think it'll link more to, I mean, the What If most likely will link to the MCU stuff at some point.
Yeah.
But this will be more directly into the Phase 5 stuff that's going on.
I mean, theoretically, this will be directly 616, whereas the What If show is part of the MCU, it seems, but not necessarily 616.
Some other universe or whatever. Yeah. Yep. And then another show that is not related whatsoever, but I'm excited. I've been excited for is Mythic Quest. Season 3 came out at the end of last year. I believe they did a pandemic episode. They did a Christmas episode, some other stuff like that. But if you haven't check out Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus, I highly recommend it. It's a hilarious show, created by Rob McElhenney and Charlie Day and Megan Gans. And they also all work on It's Always Sunny, which is another thing that's coming out later this year. They started filming season 16 of Always Sunny. I'm a huge fan of that. I know you haven't really checked it out too much.
I mean, I've watched episodes with you and Alex and stuff, and it is funny. There's been so much of it though, like for me to try to catch up something.
They're
like
on season 16. Yeah, and they're going to plan to keep doing it as long as they can. So
I mean, good for them. That's cool. You know, it's a successful show. It's funny.
So if you ever hear me, whenever in past videos or anything, if you ever hear me say cut that, that's from their podcast, which I'm a huge fan of as well. So I'm excited to see it. And something we're not touching on too much in this one, but Glenn Howerton, who is in It's Always Sunny, it was rumored to possibly be one of the castings for Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. Oh. He's worked with Matt Shakman on It's Always Sunny plenty of times, and Matt Shakman's directing the new Fantastic Four movie. So it would be interesting to, maybe not him for that role, but it'd be interesting to see them work together again.
Yeah. Actually, backing up a little bit to Mythic Quest. So I watched the first season. I did watch the pandemic episode. I think I maybe watched the first episode of season 2, and I enjoy it, and I really should get back to it.
It's a really good show. It's funny.
If you haven't watched it, it's essentially a story about these video game developers, and they're creating their like new expansion, a new game,
new like multi-massive role playing
like
game.
A big update or expansion to their current game that's successful. And it's loosely based, I think, on like companies like Blizzard and World of Warcraft, you know, these MMO games and stuff, you know, so it's right up my alley because I was big on all that stuff. And it's pretty funny. And there is, I know you said it's not related. It's not really, it's kind of that 6 degrees of separation type thing that Khonshu, you know,
F. Murray Abraham,
who voices Khonshu, is in the show.
He's one of the writers of the storyline for Raven's Banquet, I believe is what they're calling it.
I couldn't remember. It's been so long since I watched it, but yeah, so I do need to get back to that. And honestly, if you haven't watched any of the shows on Apple TV Plus, a lot of them are really freaking good.
Yeah, Apple, if you want to sponsor us, we're using a lot of your stuff to film, and we're going to promote your channel. True.
Yeah,
Apple TV Plus has got a lot of good content.
I'm sure you've probably seen the ad with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, especially when he gets on there with Jason Momoa, and he's all talking about his second show with Apple TV. He's like, at this point, who doesn't have a show with Apple TV? Who doesn't?
So I would think that at some point he'll probably be in an Apple show. If
he's not already making one.
Yeah, he probably already is.
But they have a lot of good actors, a lot of good movies. I mean, that's where that other M. Night Shyamalan, The Servant one is on Apple TV Plus. So
Yeah, it's funny we didn't put it on the list, but one that I'm also really excited for is season 2 of Foundation, which they announced is coming out this year as well. And yeah, there's just a lot of really good.
One of the top shows, comedic wise, is Ted Lasso, is on Apple TV Plus. That's one of the biggest shows.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard nothing but good things about that show. I have not pulled the trigger yet and watched it. I was put off a little bit just by it being like a soccer show, but I guess it doesn't matter. Football, is it an American soccer team? I don't know.
No.
It's not an American soccer team?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then it is football.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
I didn't say that very well, probably, but don't judge me. Anyways, yeah, like apparently it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a fan of soccer or football to enjoy the show. It's supposed to be just a really good, like feel good show from what I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of good production coming out of Apple for their TV shows right now. Yeah. They're definitely spending the money getting the actors and the writers and all right, guys. So be sure to let us know what projects you're currently watching and which ones you're most excited for in the future.
And be sure to check out our merch store, like and subscribe, and have a marvelous day.
Nerd babies. No.
Oh, no.
Brought it back.
Dude,
Brought it back.
Dude, MT sounds so depressed on Twitter. I've been following him. He's been like really beating himself up a lot on Twitter. Like,
why?
I don't know. He's been having a tough time. I don't know. I'll have to show you afterwards.
MT.
I hope you're doing well.
Dude, Mastertainment, right? That's what it is?
Mastertainment.
Mastertainment.
We make fun of the nerd baby stuff, but we do love your content.
We love you. We love you.
Keep your head up, dude.
Your rogue theories are a bit out there, but hey, keep doing it, man.
Yeah,
keep doing what
still
you're
watch
doing.
Your content.
Hit us up if you need someone to chat with.
Shoulder to cry on?
Shoulder to cry on, or shoulder to let me cry on? No, I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
No, but man, hopefully you're good, man. If you need anything, hit us up anytime. Anytime. Like, call me right now. Oh, wait, I'm on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. Let me turn it off the Do Not Disturb first.
We're recording with your phone.
Can you imagine if I wasn't on Do Not Disturb and it pops up like MT's calling?
Oh, geez, that'd be crazy.
I have him in my phone already.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It says Nerd Papa. Did we get that? Was that good enough for a screen grab?
Probably.
All right. Video number one is this a different day completely.
Yeah, we don't film 3 videos.
Definitely isn't our third video in one day. But you know what? Even if it is, suck it.
Who cares?
Whoa. Wait, what?
Suck it.
Don't worry about it.
Jesus, who are you talking to?
It's my business. Is Drax coming to make you kill yourself? Is Ron Weasley and Drax teaming up to make, was it King George kill his family?
That's a bit much.
It's a bit of a stretch. Kristoff, you call him Kristoff instead?
Are Drax and Ron Weasley, Sven? Are Drax and Ron Weasley coming to kill Kristoff?
No. They're not coming to kill him. They're coming to tell them that they need to sacrifice themselves.
Okay. That's a bit wordy, though.
I don't think anyone will know what we're talking about at all.
That's okay. What's that? His character's name? Seth Rogen does? I forgot his name.
I don't know, but I didn't until recently when I watched, I think, a New Rockstars breakdown. I didn't realize that was Seth Rogen, which is interesting because I don't necessarily care for Seth Rogen.
It does a lot of voiceover work now.
So I think the reason why I don't mind his voiceover work is because he's not playing a normal character. Like it's his laugh, dude. Like that's it. It's his laugh.
Hopefully he doesn't do that for Donkey Kong.
I cannot stand his laugh.
What if his laugh would laugh like that as Donkey Kong?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that character doesn't laugh, at least not like that. So that's why I didn't realize it, I think. But if he would have laughed like his normal laugh, I'd be just out of it. Like, nope, I can't. Just can't do it. All right. Sorry, Seth Rogen. I don't like your laugh. It's just, I mean, you know what?
You're not the only one. There's a lot of people that don't like his laugh.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that don't like my laugh. You go like, that's how I laugh, right? Just that's how I laugh.
Oh, look at this freak.
Oh, man. I love you all, especially you, Doug.
I love you too.
All right.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the DC show.
In today's video, we'll be discussing some current and upcoming projects that we're excited about that are coming sometime eventually.
Or they're already out. Some
Or
of them.
they are already out. Yeah.
One of them, at least one. Yeah, two of them are out.
You're one of them.
I'm one of them in the project.
Doug's out.
What?
Wait, what?
Since when?
Oh, he's not out yet. Sorry. That's still to come.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Coming soon.
All right, start over.
Okay. Cut that.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
We just discussed that, and I forgot already. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the DC show.
In this video, we're going to be discussing... Dad damn it. It's messed up my words.
You messed up the words. It happens.
Happens.
No, he could do that, actually.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, do it.
Make it go viral.
Just do it.